What's it?
He was talking about the physical. He wasn't talking about the non-physical.
So you think we supposed to get a sword? So Jesus said, go get a sword.
He said if you ain't got one, sell something.
You said Jesus said go get a sword.
Here, pull something off and sell it.
Okay.
Put a book up.
All right. He did say that, but he was talking about himself.
No, he wasn't talking about himself.
Well, okay. What are we going to do with this then? Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 33:27.
That's Old Testament.
The eternal God is thy refuge. Yeah, he came to fulfill this. He came to fulfill this.
That's Old Testament.
Because look, it says God is our refuge. We can have refuge into the New Testament.
He said, if you
God
ain't
is
got
our
one,
refuge.
sell something. This
And
was
underneath,
in the New Testament.
Underneath,
he was in the New Testament.
are the everlasting arms.
That's just why you gotta have one.
He shall thrust out the enemy before thee, right, and shall say, destroy them.
That's the Old Testament.
Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. See, we don't have that.
That's the Old Testament.
That's coming.
That's the Old Testament. That's all in the New.
And it's in the Spirit.
That's all.
The fountain of Jacob shall be upon the land, corn, wine. Also, the heavens shall drop down.
All of that.
What about this? Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, a people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is thy sword? See, he's our sword. Who is the sword of thy excellency? So that's the sword he's telling us to get.
He's talking about the
purchase.
No, it's not.
I'm just reading it right now. The sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars. Look unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. See, our weapons are not carnal, right? But mighty through God.
That's how you got the Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormonism and Islam.
But the weapons
what you're doing right now, twisting it.
I ain't twisting it. Look, the weapons are okay. What you gonna do with this?
Twisting it.
What you gonna do with this? Okay, if I twist it, it shouldn't line up with this. But watch this.
That's how you got the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Watch this.
And Mormonism and Satanism and Islam. They all twisted.
Okay. What about Hosea 1:7? But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and I will save them by the Lord their God, and I will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, nor by horses, nor by horses.
Old Testament.
Yeah, he came to fulfill this. Salvation came in the New Testament. Acts 4:12. Salvation came in the New Testament. That's two scriptures talking about salvation, back to back.
Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Nahum.
Yeah, he came to fulfill this. Psalms 44. What you gonna do with this?
Y'all dream prophets.
Psalms 44. The Lord is our sword today.
That's so David talking.
Watch this. We have heard this Psalms 4 with our ears, O God. Our fathers have told us what work thou didst in their days, in times of old, how thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand and plantest them, how thou didst afflict the people and cast them out. For they got not the land in possession by their own sword. Look, they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their arm, not on strength, save them, but thy right hand and thy arm. That's who Jesus Christ is, the right hand of God, his arm, and the light of thy countenance, because thou hast favor unto them. Thou art my king, O God. Command deliverance for Jacob. Through thee, through God, we will push down our enemies. Through thy name, the name of Jesus Christ, we will tread them under that rise up against us. For yes, our weapons are spiritual. For I will not thrust. I will not thrust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. Look, this is verse 6. I will not thrust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. The carnal weapons. But thou hast saved us. Look. From our enemies. Salvation. Thou hast put them to shame that hated us. In God we boast all the day long.
That's our Old Testament.
And praise thy name forever. Selah.
Stop reading that. That's David writing.
See, through Jesus we get the victory.
David writing. Everybody
through
knows,
Jesus.
Everybody knows David was trusting in Jesus. That's when he
ain't we supposed to be the sons of David? We're the sons of David.
And because we are
David said, the Lord is my strength, my sword, my horn, my rock, my refuge.
He said all that, all at the same time. I was screwing Bathsheba.
Psalms 1:8. We sons of David.
All the same time he was screwing
we the house of King David. We the house of David.
All the same time he was knocking
Psalm 118:10. All nations compass me about, but in the name of the Lord will I destroy them. See that? They compass me about, yea, they compass me about, but in the name of the Lord will I destroy them.
That's Old
in
Testament.
Jesus'
That's
name.
David
That's
writing.
New Testament. This New Testament fulfilled.
That's David,
This is
David writing.
The spirit of prophecy is the testimony of Jesus Christ.
That's so David writing.
They can pass me about like bees. They are quenched as the fire of thorns. For in the name of the Lord will I destroy them. Look how many times in a row it says that.
Old Testament.
Yeah, the old and new is merged. It's one book. We the old and the new. That's the law and the testimony. The law and the testimony merges. That brings forth light, which is Christ.
Have you forgotten?
Which is the eternal covenant.
Have you forgotten who you're talking to? You're talking to a
yeah,
genius.
but your carnal weapon ain't gonna save you.
I'm
I just
talking
read
about
it.
carnal weapons. I'm talking about being a spiritual genius.
That's New Testament too, because you said that's all Old Testament. Let's go to the New.
I said talk about being a spiritual genius.
Let's go to the New. 2 Corinthians.
You're talking about carnal weapons. What about the spiritual part of it? That's all genius. It's got all 66 books. What about the spiritual part of me that took Paul's writings, all 14 books, and put them on the inside?
Though we walk in it, this is 2 Corinthians 10:3. Though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
So Paul,
for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ, and having a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
He's talking spiritually.
Yeah, you said that was all old I read, but this is New Testament. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God.
That's all spiritual. Well, everybody know,
mighty through God.
Everybody know Paul wrote 14 books in the New Testament.
Mighty through God, right?
Everybody know Paul wrote 14.
So you admit you in error for having that sword? Because he that live by the sword shall die by the sword.
I'm not living by the sword either.
God's supposed to be your sword.
He is my sword. He's never going to change.
Right?
However, there are enemies out here that requires attention.
Well, the Black Panthers did that, and we see what happened to them.
No, they was on the wrong side. It was on the wrong side.
Right. I got one more.
They weren't using God as their side.
And you ain't either with that weapon.
Why not?
Because of this. Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord.
He's talking about Satan coming against you.
And their righteousness is of me, said
He's talking about Satan coming against you with his junk.
This is no weapon formed.
That weapon he's talking about. Satan's
weapon. You see what I'm saying?
Satan's weapon.
So you can't say that's just the Old Testament. This new. That covers the new too.
He's talking about Satan's weapon.
Yeah, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Every tongue. Well, how? I'm lifting Jesus.
No, you ain't. You twisting scripture. What you doing?
How? I'm reading.
That's why I got all that loot.
In judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord.
That's how I got all that loot down.
Their righteousness, and righteousness is in the New Testament. Their righteousness is of me, said the Lord. That's New Covenant. That's New Testament.
You don't even know.
That's New Testament.
You don't even know.
Checkmate.
What righteousness is? No,
that's the sword.
They don't check mine. Listen to this.
That's the sword.
If you can tell me just two of his attributes.
What?
Just two of his attributes.
God's attributes? Compassion and mercy. Compassion and mercy. That's not his attributes. Compassion. All right, love, the fruit of the Spirit, bro. Faith, right? Faith, righteousness.
I knew it. That's how
I'm doing more than just two. I'm doing more than two. The fruit of the Spirit.
I can always nail it.
So you saying that's not so? Let's get it. Let's get it. New Testament. Let's get it. Let's get it. Galatians 5. Let's see if you're right.
We're not going.
You said I'm wrong. But did you just say I'm wrong?
That's right, because you don't know his compassion. You don't know his attributes.
I just read it. I just told you.
No, those are the ones you think are his attributes. That's not his attributes.
Let's read it. Galatians 5:16. For this I say, walk in the Spirit, you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary one to the other, so that you cannot do the things you would. But if you be led of the Spirit, look, you're not under the law. Now the works of the flesh, the works of the flesh are manifested to thee: adultery, fornication, lasciviousness, adultery, witchcraft, hatred, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresy, envying, murders, murders, drunkenness, revilings, and such like. I tell you before, as I have told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. But the fruit of the Spirit, now here's his attributes. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
Those are not the fruits. Those are fruits of the Spirit. It's not his attributes.
Okay, tell me. All right.
It don't tell you nothing about his character.
Yes, I do. That's his character.
How much you know him.
Yeah. Christ is meek in heart. He said he's meek and lowly in heart. And we just read it. Is not Christ meek and lowly in heart?
That's naming the fruits of the Spirit.
Okay.
I said
that's the same thing.
No, I don't know what his
that's word.
Does.
I just told you. Right here. Meekness, temperance, against which there is no law. Faith, goodness. Is God good? Is God good?
Stop talking, I'm talking.
Is God good though? Is he good? Is God good? Is he gentle?
Admit
is he gentle?
You do not know his attributes.
Is he long suffering?
You don't even know how many he got.
Is he peace? And this goes back to Isaiah.
We're not talking about
9:6. But you said that's not his attributes.
We're not talking about Isaiah.
And it tells you that in
Ezekiel and Daniel. We're not talking about that.
Well, that was New Testament. That was Galatians I was reading.
That was Paul.
What's wrong with that? You don't like Paul?
There's nothing wrong with Paul. I assimilated his
what's
writings.
Up? What's wrong with Paul?
All his writings. There's nothing wrong with Paul.
But you said that was Paul. What you mean by that?
I mean, he's not talking specifically about God's attributes.
Whose attributes? What are you talking about then?
Well, see, you hung up on.
Whose attributes was he talking about? His granddaddy's?
No, the Lord has 10 attributes himself, and you don't know what they. I
just read to you what's up.
You only know what they are.
Tell me. So let's see if you're right. Go.
I know I'm right.
Okay, tell me, but you ain't saying nothing.
Because what would I give you?
I'm meek enough. I can handle correction. If I'm wrong, I can accept it.
You're wrong.
Then tell me how I'm wrong.
You just
give me scriptures.
You're not wrong in the fact that you can read the Old Testament.
I'm wrong or right. Come on, man.
Well, you're not wrong in the fact that you can read the Old Testament and New Testament and correlate them together.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay, your turn.
But
give me scripture.
But his attributes is different.
Okay,
that means you know him.
Okay, give them to me. Give me his attributes. Give me his attributes.
I don't know if I should or not.
Okay, yeah. Ain't that what you're supposed to do?
No, it's educating you. It's educating you.
That's right. Educate me. Because I call myself educating you.
No, you're not.
Okay, well then educate me. So that means I'm more humble than you.
I'm a hard man to educate because I got so much word.
Because you got so much word. See, that sounds like pride.
Yeah, and you can call it what you want. You can call it what you want. Spiritual pride, you can call it that. I haven't.
Okay, I'm ready to learn.
Based on these attributes so long.
I'm gonna be quiet and learn. I want to learn.
I probably can't even find them here.
You can't find them. So that means I win.
No,
I just checkmate because the Bible said prove all things. First day is, what is it, 5:21 or something like that? Prove all things.
If you're not keeping on.
If you can't come up with nothing, I win. I'll take that. I'll take that victory.
No.
You gotta take that L. You gotta take that L.
The attributes are still here. Will I come with them or not?
Well, I just read them. You said they're not.
Those are not his attributes.
So if you don't come with nothing, I win.
Those are not his attributes.
By default, you default.
No, based on the fact you don't know his attributes.
Okay, prove to me that then.
I can.
Okay, I'm willing to learn. I'm ready to learn.
But
see how humble I'm being? I'm ready to learn.
If you're not the only one, then I'm going to prove it too.
Okay.
That's when I got to come up with them again. Because I taught this years ago.
Okay. But you don't believe Jesus is God, do you?
Yes.
He is God?
I told you you wasn't Jehovah's Witnesses.
Wait, you don't believe Jesus is God?
I told you. Well, no, why would I do that? Did you see how these guys?
I believe Jesus is God.
Well, why would I not?
Oh, okay. Well, we on the same page right there.
Well, except you in a shallow part of the water. You got to launch out into the deep.
Okay. Teach me then. I'm ready to learn. Teach me.
It's not that simple.
Why? I'm ready to learn.